Good morning. We're getting started on our drive for the morning. We heard some lion call quite close, so we're just going to drive in that direction and see if we can find them. We've just found the second male. He's also across the road here. He's going to head down into the river. And what we're going to do, we're just going to drive around to the other side of the river and see if we can find where they've gone in. It's a little bit more accessible from the other side than from this side. We crossed the river or went around. There's a nice crossing, and as I said earlier, this side is more easily accessible. We're very fortunate, so they're lying just here. Located this side here. There was a lot of lion vocalization last night, territorial type calling. Oop. You can see this guy's tired because they've been up all night walking around calling. There were about 3 different sets of lions calling, and these guys are definitely on the trail of one of those groups which have a number of females. Was a fortunate opportunity, stumbling onto these 2 male lions. So you can see they're relaxed, they're lying down, tired from being active the whole night, so we're going to leave them and head out. If you have a look on the right here, you'll see some very fresh elephant tracks here, and some dung and some urine. See this elephant's going that direction. So let's get inside here, maybe we'll go around and see if we can see him. We may also again have to go to the opposite side of the river. It's a little bit more accessible from that side to get a visual. But this is very fresh. This is very recent. We crossed the river, and you notice here, there's the tracks. There's the tracks of that elephant bull. Notice here's the tracks of the elephant bull, and as I mentioned before when we spoke about tracks, you'd notice here that the rounded part is at the back, and then the track slants slightly forward, giving it a more egg-shaped or oval configuration, and then the displacement of soil in the front there, just pushing it forward, shows us that he's heading in this direction. And just for interest, you'd also notice some lion tracks all around, some cub tracks here as well, so that's very exciting. So we're still following him, we've still got the tracks going down the road here. You can see very, very fresh dust in the road. There he goes, he's walking in the road, I can see him just up ahead. It's a nice big tusker as well. Let's just park over here. I don't want to push him out of the road. He's enjoying walking in the road. We'll follow him a little bit, slowly, just keep our distance. And the reason why we do that is just to make sure that he continues doing what he naturally wants to do. I don't want to alter his movements in any way. He's in any way a very big animal. Not the ideal situation to try and persuade an animal like that that you want him to do what you want him to do. He's not going to agree with that. You can try and focus on the back legs there. You see how moist it is. You can see there's a lot of dribbling from his penis, which is associated with the state of must that he's in at the moment. He shook his head just a little bit there, looking to the side, obviously telling us that he doesn't really want us to come any closer. So we're going to respect that. We're going to leave him and let him go. As we've been slowly following him, there was one or two small signs that I saw that he was getting a little bit agitated with the situation of the vehicle being behind him. So we're just going to give him a break and let him go. Faster than usual. I just got some news that there's a potential wild dog sighting, and we want to get there to see if we're lucky enough. Just en route to these wild dogs, we stumbled onto this young elephant bull. You can see we surprised him a little bit, but we're just slowly going to sneak past. Here, there's something interesting going on here. You'd notice there's a couple of fork-tailed drongos flying about in close proximity to this elephant, and really what's happening here, there's a symbiotic relationship. The fork-tailed drongos are picking off insects as this elephant moves through the brush and the bush and the grass. He chases up flying insects, and then the fork-tailed drongos pick them off. It's very common for fork-tailed drongo to associate with large mammals and the movement of large mammals like a herd of buffalo. And we refer to that relationship as commensalism, which really means that the birds get a benefit, they get the insects. The elephant's obviously not benefited from this relationship, but it's not harmed either. Okay, so our trip paid off. How lucky are we? We came down here to the area where potentially these dogs were last sighted, and here they are right here. They're fascinating animals. They live in these packs, socially very strong, unique bonds between individuals that strengthens their hunting success. I really like the name very much, the scientific name Lycon pictus, which refers to the coat patterns and literally means painted wolf. I don't need to explain why they call them painted wolves. You can see that beautiful pattern refers to the name. Wild dog are the second most endangered carnivore in Africa after the Ethiopian wolf. So they're the most endangered carnivore in southern Africa, and there's many reasons for that loss of habitat. They're very susceptible to canine type diseases. They also have a breeding system which only allows for one dominant pair at a time to have pups. The others act as helpers in raising the pups, and even though they have large litters, they often struggle with disease and broken bones. I think one of the more interesting things for me about wild dogs is that they're certainly not that well known, especially in the international safari community. Again, there I have made reference to the fact that the Big Five gets or enjoys so much publicity that other animals are often overlooked, and these are definitely one of them. If people were to understand that they're highly endangered and an incredibly beautiful and complicated animal to see and to look at, then I think they'd be added to the list of must-see animals for any safari goer. I know many people that live even in southern Africa that's frequently visited game reserves and the Kruger National Park that haven't even seen wild dog. So you're very lucky to see these animals. You can hear a pair of purple rollers vocalizing in the background there. So a lovely call. This must be one of the best things about wild dogs, is they're very habituated with vehicles and often curious. They really don't mind vehicles in close proximity to them, and as a result of that one can have really great sightings. Okay, I think we were very lucky in finding this pack this morning. So we spent a bit of time with them. You can see they're relaxed. We're going to continue our drive, our highly successful drive so far this morning. Lion, elephant and wild dog. Not common certainly for one game drive, but very special. So the sun's just come out, burned the mist off. Clouds are also subsiding a little bit, so I think it's going to end up being a really nice day. I'm going to make one last little loop, see if we can find something else of interest on our way back to camp. I think we had a great morning considering that we saw a lot of game. So from a game viewing perspective, it was very active this morning. As I mentioned earlier, very lucky to see wild dog, lion and elephant all in one drive. So we're close to camps, heading back. Going to finish off the morning. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It was a good one.